Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MCTV Channel 20, 2013 playoff action. The Marion Warriors at home hosting the Hutch Trinity Catholic High School. We've played them once this year. We beat them 19-0, and they're back to see if they can win the rematch. This is Mike Powers here with Jeremiah Lang and Casey Case for the Central National Bank pregame show. Gene Winkler is manning our switcher and acting as producer director. Jay Smith will be the primary cameraman, and Danny Maddox will man the Danny cam as he always does for those great shots from the trenches. And we're going to start off our Central National Bank pregame show tonight with a little bit of discussion of our graduating football players, our seniors. And guys, number one on that list, I'm just going to go down it alphabetically. Number 67, Sean Buchanan.
Sean Buchanan had a couple of what some people might have looked at as career-ending injuries. He had I know he had one knee operated. I think he might have had both knees operated on. He had a tough go his sophomore, junior year. His senior year, he has been outstanding on the defensive side of the football. He makes big play time after time. And hats off to this kid. I remember interviewing him after one game, and he said, you know what, I just had to ignore the pain and do what I could for my team. So Sean Buchanan's a great player to start off with. Great senior, great leadership, great year by Sean.
I've really enjoyed watching Sean play over the years, and particularly this year, I've found myself, when I'm calling these games with you, Mike, that he is almost in all of the defensive plays. He really gets in after the ball. He's quick to it and makes big stops.
One of the things that I could say about Sean is that he's just one of those dependable guys. I'm not in any way saying that there's anything negative about his play. It's just that he is so always there when you need him. And with that, let's move to Griff Case. Griff, a player who's done a wonderful job of overcoming parenting. Griff, of course, number 9. And I'll start with Griff and we'll just go opposite order on this one. Griff is a guy who I think has done a wonderful job of improving every year. You know, you watch some kids in their junior year, they kind of peak, or maybe their sophomore year, they look like they got potential, but then they never get there. Every year, Griff Case has gotten better to the point that this year he's on the field, maybe not 100% of the plays, but a dramatically large percentage of the total plays. Not only as in the defensive backfield or as a receiver or an occasional even getting to maybe a carry on the offensive side, but he's also the place kicker. He's also the punter. He's one of those guys, I guess kind of a glue guy, that you pull him out of that puzzle and things fall apart.
Yeah, Griff has been – I've known Griff for quite a while now, and it's been fun to watch him grow up and become the athlete that he is on the football field. I was sitting in the stands the last game and just heard people visiting us watching the game commenting on his foot and how far he kicks the ball. They were very impressed by that. But then to see Griff out on some of these plays where he's been catching the ball and making big catches in games and making big stops, and been fun to watch his football ability really develop and come into his own.
Dad, do you want to?
Nothing to say. No, I'm just kidding. It's interesting comment you made, Mike, about how he's improved as a football player. Don't take this the wrong way. I know he won't. He had nowhere to go but up. He is a very passive, mellow kid. I love that about him, but I have been absolutely thrilled with the senior year that he's had, especially on the defensive side of the ball. He has had some nice catches. I think, I'm a little bit biased, but he may go down as the most prolific kicker in Marion history. He's got 11 touchbacks this season alone. He can kick the ball.
Yes, he can. Absolutely can. Let's move to Taylor Heidebrecht, number 6, the quarterback, and perhaps we've talked about maybe the best athlete on the team, although that'd be tough. You got a lot of candidates for that. Casey, you want to run with that one?
No doubt the best athlete on the team.
I could argue on that a little bit.
There's a lot of good athletes on the team. James Jones will come into that mix, but
right.
I'm talking about a football player athlete. Taylor, you guys don't understand. You didn't see many middle school games. Taylor is the best tackler on this team. But you don't know that because Taylor can't play defense because of his history of head injuries. When he was in 7th and 8th grade, he made bone-crushing tackles from the defensive back position as a little kid, and he doesn't play defense now. Offensively, he's led this team as quarterback, and I'm hoping tonight that ankle is 100%. I think tonight is one of the difference makers as we see another sheet of rain coming in. Taylor's going to get this ball, mark my words. He's going to take the ball outside. He is going to cut against the grain, make a couple of Trinity Celtics slip, and he's going to have 2 or 3 big runs that are going to be the difference in this game. I know that's not what I'm supposed to be talking about right now, but he's had a great career. He's a good basketball player. He's a great baseball player. Great asset to this senior class.
Taylor's a player that you can just tell the other guys are looking up to him when he's out on the field. He's got good control of the game when he's out there, and he's got the ball in his hands. They really respect him. It's been fun to watch him this year. Even playing injured this year, he's been stronger. And to see him overcome that injury and stay in the game and lead these guys, I think is a testament to the character that he has.
Number 19 is James Jones, another really fine athlete. Actually, they're all fine athletes. Some of them maybe just are a little more skilled in some things than others. But James Jones, number 19. We'll start with Jeremiah.
James Jones is, man, he's a lot of fun to watch as he gets all over the field on offense. He has the ability to get open, get to wide spaces, and every now and then we get a great connection between Taylor and him. James also plays good defense. He's put his hat on a few guys this fall and stopped them. And he's just an all-around quick athlete on the field.
Arguably the best athlete on the team. Raw athleticism, hands down. Nobody has more raw athleticism than James Jones. He can run faster, jump higher than anybody on the team, and he has used that athleticism to run players down several times.
Yep.
He was a first-team All-League cornerback last year. I'd be shocked if he's not the same this year. Also, look for him to get some All-State recognition. Just a great athlete and a great kid.
As we continue with the Central National Bank pregame show, you can probably tell on your screen the rain coming, blowing from the northwest across the field. And let's move on to number 75, Zach Lumen.
Zach Lumen, a big player. Ever since he was in middle school, when the ball's on the ground, Zach seems to find it. I don't know how many fumble recoveries he's had in his career. I know he had 2 in one game a couple of weeks ago. He made some big plays down at Sedgwick. Does a great job from his defensive end position. Of course, one of the anchors on the offensive line, and Ed Wheeler slapped me because I rarely watch the offensive linemen. I know that's one of your pet peeves. I was an old skill position player. I watched the ball, and I know he does a great job on the offensive line, but I notice the things he does on defense, and just another piece to this puzzle of these senior players.
Zach's a fighter down there in the trenches each game, and I think some of those fumbles were caused just because guys looked at his eyes and saw him coming at him. So Zach knows how to put it to another player and make him regret coming at him. He's a great player to watch out there.
He is, after all, the rogue storm, and
That's right.
I hope we don't get any rogue storms tonight, but this is eerily reminiscent of that night in Horton.
The only thing we're missing is the electricity, and I hope we continue to miss that. Let's move on to number 53, Big Nick Meyer, the one of the leading interception leaders for the Warriors.
He is. Nick Meyer, what do we have him listed as, 240 something?
I'll get that for you here, Casey. We've got Nick at 243.
6'2", 243, and I'll tell you, one of the most well-spoken, one of the smartest kids on this team, and he proved that at least twice this year when he intercepted screen passes at Bennington and then against Hillsboro. The Bennington screen pass he took to about the 2. The Hillsboro screen pass he would not be denied, made it into the end zone, and just another force up there on the defensive lines. I'm going to say something at the end of this. I could say this about every kid, but I'll wait till the end.
Nick is a great kid, fun to watch on the field. There was nothing better than when he scored that touchdown, seeing Grant and Mark high-five each other with big smiles on their faces. Just it fulfilled, I think, a lot of their expectations for him.
Number 50, John Norquist, right in the middle of things, literally as well as figuratively. And let's start with Jeremiah on John.
John is a solid young man, and then to come in and day out and anchor these guys in the middle is a testament to how strong this team has been. He's been right there in the thick of it each game, and leading from his position, leading that line and setting the tone for what these guys do.
John is, I call him a newbie. I can't remember if he moved here as sophomore or junior year, but he came to our town and has been a huge impact on both the football team and the wrestling squad. He and Zach Lumen are, God, I hope I don't miss anybody, but at least two of the seniors that are also wrestlers. I know there's a couple of other juniors that are wrestlers, but what a huge asset to have a kid that's a wrestler. And John wears people down. I mean, he is one of the strongest kids on our team, and he will wear you down on both sides of the ball. Always got a smile on his face. Great asset to this senior class.
Number 4 is the professor, Zach Robson. Let's start with you on that one, Jeremiah.
Zach is he's got these natural leadership qualities. He's cool under pressure. He enjoys playing the game. He's content to learn when he needs to learn, and he just comes out and does his job each day on the field. Zach is just a great guy out on the field, great guy to have on the team. Really enjoy watching what he does in each of the sports that he plays in. A great young man to have in our community.
I know Mike can't wait for me to quit calling him Optimus Robson, but that's what I call him, Optimus Robson, after Optimus Klein, who was Colin Klein at K-State. Zach Robson reminds me so much of Colin Klein, both in his personal life and on the football field. He's just a quiet leader. He gets things done. If you've seen him play quarterback, he is very meticulous, almost looks like he's moving in slow motion, just like Colin Klein used to. And Taylor Heidelbrecht, great quarterback, great athlete, but man, I used to love watching Zach play quarterback. I swear sometimes he would run the option and he would pitch the ball 40 yards downfield. He was a fun kid to watch, team leader on and off the field.
Number 65, Morgan Wheeler, another stalwart right in the heart of that line on both sides of the ball. Again, we'll start with Jeremiah.
Morgan is a beast. I remember Morgan coming to visit a few years ago and telling Chad Adkins what year he was in school, and Chad's eyes bulged out because he couldn't believe a kid could be that big at that age. And Morgan's a strong kid, good kid. He really gets after the ball on defense. He's been fighting off a double team a lot this year, and has worked through that a couple times to get some big plays. He's just a tenacious player on the field.
Morgan Wheeler, the motor. He is the motor. His motor never shuts off. I go out to do interviews after the game, and I try to stay about 5 feet away from him because he's dripping sweat. I think that runs in the family, and Ed, if you're listening, you'll know what I mean. And here again, I apologize to Ed. I don't watch the offensive line a lot, but there's a lot of times when the plays over here and Morgan Wheeler's running his guy 15, 20 yards down the field and pancaking him on the turf. He's another newbie. He came here his junior year and has been a great asset to this senior class.
And finally, number of our 10 seniors on the football team, Caleb Williams.
I'll start with Caleb. Caleb's one of my favorite seniors. He's not had an easy life. He's had some turmoil. He's been summers where he couldn't find his way to the weight room and came to practice later in the season. And his senior year, he was all in. He's been all in for the last year. He has taken ownership of this team and has become one of the team leaders. Jerry Smith calls Caleb one of the smartest players on the defensive side of the ball. He's really taken pride in what he does. And testimony to one of the games I came out to interview the seniors, and Caleb couldn't even talk. I had to come back and interview him after I interviewed the
Oh,
rest
he was
of the
too
seniors.
winded, yeah.
He was too winded because he was too fired up. Great senior, great kid.
Yeah, I can't count the number of times that we've called number 10 in the games that I've covered with you, Mike and Casey, and he's just all over the field. He's into every play, and then some of his punts this year have been phenomenal. Also, he's a well-rounded player out on the field, well-rounded kid in the community, and just a great player to watch here.
Well, as we wrap up our Central National Bank pregame show, I want to real quick run through some other seniors participating in extracurriculars for the Warriors. Cross country, Timothy Nola and Jared Haig. Cheerleading, Alyssa Edwards, Caitlin Freeds, and Cheyenne Jeffrey. Band, Dylan Cochran, Christian Zarnowski, Jared Haig, and Alicia Maloney and Caitlin Maloney. So we want to thank all those kids for representing our school well. And my last comment on this group of seniors on the football team, in 19, 20 years of doing these games, it's the first time we've in the past always had a senior or two who were good kids, who were team players, but who contributed by being great practice players or getting in on special teams. Every senior on this squad is a real contributor, and I don't mean in any way emotionally or whatever. They are key players. So great senior class.
That was going to be part of my final comment. I've never seen a senior class since I've been, well, I shouldn't say never. That class in 94, 95 was pretty spectacular. But this group of kids, they all seem to get along. You don't hear a lot of bickering. They play football like they're a family. And the other thing, guys, we got to remember that this unbelievable. We're in the 10th game of the season, and we've got nobody hurt out there. Everybody is healthy, and that could go a long way in the playoffs.
Anything fun? Okay, well, thank you, guys. That'll wrap up our Central National Bank pregame show. We hope you viewed the Central National Bank promo that we ran. And now let's hear a word from our first quarter sponsors. We'll be back with a football game.
Central National Bank, a family and employee-owned company, has been providing Kansans with sound financial advice since 1884.
Gee.
They are dedicated to providing the quality service that makes our customers and the
long.
communities they serve successful.
But it's in
the 21st century,
it's the
Central
final,
National
we won't
embraces
do it
its
again,
strong heritage and strives to be the financial resource of choice for the Marion community. A highlight of 2012 was the introduction of the Friend Referral Program. By referring friends to the bank, customers can earn up to $25 per referral. Eagle Communications, an employee-owned Kansas company offering internet, telephone, and cable television services. Eagle is the presenting sponsor of all MCTV broadcasts. Eagle Communications, our community connected. Prairieland Partners Incorporated is a John Deere agricultural equipment dealership specializing in large ag, turf, and integrated solution products. Prairieland has 9 stores in south central Kansas and more than 250 employees. Prairieland maintained a strong business position and has completed a total store remodel in its Winfield location. Continued growth, we will be adding Honda products to our offerings. Also, an expansion of the Marion location is planned. Marion National Bank offers full-service banking. They offer loans for any worthwhile purpose, including agriculture, commercial, consumer, and all types of real estate, including home loans. For the investor, we offer certificates of deposit, individual retirement accounts, and savings accounts. Personal and business checking accounts are available for your daily needs. A Visa check card can be used with all personal transaction accounts. There's an ATM in our entryway for your after-hour cash needs.
Welcome back. We are just about ready for kickoff here. And before we get started, remember this is sponsored by the Kansas State High School Activities Association, and they want to remind you that sportsmanship is good citizenship in action. You make the difference. Continued efforts towards the development and improvement of good sportsmanship is necessary. The Kansas State High School Activities Association encourages you to make sportsmanship a primary concern and to maintain the educational perspective of interscholastic activities. Remember, sportsmanship is winning even if you lose the game. And with that, we want to mention our first quarter sponsors, Eagle Communications, Prairieland Partners, and Marion National Bank. And as we get into this game, Jeremiah, this Trinity team is only 4-5 on the season, but they're an improving team. The Warriors come in at 8-1. At the last meeting, the Warriors prevailed. I think I said 19-0 earlier, but you reminded me or pointed out it was 19-10. So it is, as I said, an improving Trinity team. I noticed this week in the power rankings, we were 12, they were 29. Third week in a row that we've won the game and went down in our power ranking. The previous week we were 11. If we win, it means either a matchup with number 11 Sedgwick or number 26 Douglas this coming Saturday. And a win on Saturday, if we get that far, could set up a potential match with number 1 ranked Beloit, which if that's the matchup and if we've calculated it right, that game would be right here in Marion.
Oh.
So everything you ever wanted to know, right?
That's
there.
right. You got it all now.
Just a couple more things. We'll thank Brenda Maddox for making chocolate cake for us. That's what keeps us going. And we also want to thank the Marion Kiwanis Club, who got out in the rain today at noon and picked up trash and rubbish along Eisenhower Drive so the road would look good for the visitors coming to town. Unfortunately, with the rain and the darkness, we don't have very many visitors, and they couldn't see it anyway.
Right.
But the road is clean.
It is cleaned up. Mike, I was just going to point out the Hutch Trinity team we're facing tonight is not the same team we faced earlier in the season. They're going to put 5 different players on the offensive side and 5 different players on the defensive side than we saw a few weeks ago. So same in name, but it could be a different game.
It's a team on the upswing. They've had a couple of big victories since they played us last. Good kick, end over end. Goes over the head of Cruz. He's going to let go in the end zone. That's a wise move.
We'll take that ball out to the 20 and start from there. Here comes the Warrior offense.
I'm seeing something I don't think I've ever seen before on a Warrior team, and that is some of the players on the sideline are wearing sideline jackets. And maybe Jay can get a shot of that or Danny at some point, but that's something new for the Warriors in my experience. There you go. Here we go. Warriors 1st and 10 from their own 20. They'll have the wind coming more or less in their face at a kind of a crosswind, though, out of the northwest. Hand off to Jansen. Jansen's going to fall forward for a couple.
Yeah, picked up a few yards. There just wasn't much there for him to work with. This defense is going to be fast to the ball tonight, and the Trinity coach made some switches to increase their speed, it looks like, and so we're going to be competing against a slightly faster team. We're going to have to hit the holes a lot quicker, make bigger holes.
Case split out on this side. Cruz and Williams are your slot backs. Jansen's the fullback. Heidebrecht from the pistol, 2nd and 8. And we got a flag right off the bat. Someone lined up offside. Let's hope it's defensively, and it is. Well, that's a nice break right off the bat. The Warriors, if nothing else out of this first drive, Jeremiah, you would assume, obviously what you want to do is go down and get a touchdown.
That's
but
right.
At the very least, you want to get 2 or 3 first downs, so if you have to punt, you're putting them deep in their own territory.
Yeah, you want to win that field position battle at the very least, and, of course, get in the end zone at the most.
So a 2nd and a long 2 now. Robson out on this side. Heidebrecht keeps. Now he cuts back upfield. Heidebrecht's got the first down. The ball comes out. He scrambles for it. And he's crawled his way to a fumble recovery. Here you go. Here's a replay. Oh, that's the previous play. No, that was on
that's
the.
It.
Yeah, that play, we actually faked out our cameraman. That was Nordquist with the fake. You saw the recovery right at the end.
Yeah, it was great. Good misdirection. Taylor kept the ball, got through the hole, and ball bounced the right direction. No one else was there for it.
Wooders split out Case at the top of the formation. You got 2 receivers down low here, and that's Cruz in motion. Heidebrecht comes this way, cuts back up. There's very little there. He may have a half-yard gain.
Yeah, might have got a half yard there. He's gonna come up from that, and we're gonna regroup and see if we can't find somewhere to go on these runs.
Jeremiah, this field's had a lot of moisture on it and over the last week. Virtually no gain on that play. It seems to me that it's rained all day long, rained last evening, seems like Heidelberg's kind of having to, he can't just plant and cut like he's used to.
Yeah, you're going to have to take a more solid step to change your direction in this kind of condition.
Straight ahead to Nordquist. He fought through a tackle and picked up something. He was hit right at the line, but he ends up getting 3.
I think that's Adam Jansen.
I said Nordquist. I do that all the time.
That's all right.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was Jansen. I did that earlier in the season. And one's the center and a lineman, and the other's a back.
That's right.
Somehow they merged in my mind. 3rd and a long 6. Heidelberg wants to pass as he rolls to his right, gets the ball away, just a little long for Williams.
Yeah, just a little beyond his reach, and couldn't make the catch. It looks like we're gonna get in a position to punt here.
Williams, the punter, they'll drop back one player to receive, and Williams has used the rugby kick on occasion this year pretty effectively. If we could plant this somewhere and let it roll towards the end zone, maybe we could do that pinning him deep we were hoping for.
Big thing here is a good snap.
And that's Nordquist on the snap. I got that right. It's high. You're somewhat prophetic there in a bad way,
that's
Jeremiah.
not the kind of prophecy we're looking for.
Williams picks it up, gets it away, makes something out of nothing there. And it's going to roll back up to about the 30-yard line. And Jake Baldwin tries to pick it up and advance it. They're not going to let him do that, although I admire his ingenuity.
Yeah, he was hoping for a call to go his way. And, you know, there's not much that Caleb could do with that. These are tough conditions to snap the ball in and to make that connection, and Caleb did what he could do and made something out of nothing.
Jeremiah, right when you said that, I said, oh, God, don't say that. Don't say we need a good snap. That's all right. We'll get it back.
So great field position for Hutch as they take over on the Warrior 39. Also with 2 slot backs, a fullback, their quarterback's under center. The ball's popping around. It's on the ground. I think the Warriors have it.
I think the Warriors recovered.
So the teams trade turnovers here early. I think that might have been Griff Case with that fumble recovery. We'll take a look at it here.
I couldn't tell if that was Morgan that hit him and
That
caused
was Griff Case with the recovery.
And Casey, was that Morgan that hit him?
I think it was Palak.
Palak, okay.
We can tell when Casey's mic's on, we hear all the shuffling of the clothes as he's trying to get to it. All right, Warriors now from their own 40, 1st down. No score here, 9-minute mark, 1st quarter. Heidelberg keeps, pitches out there for Williams. Williams pulls it in. He's going to pick up a nice 5-yard gain.
Very good. Taylor had good patience on that. He looked for Williams when he was at the best position to get it to him, got it right to him. Caleb made the catch and got 5 yards out of it.
Baldwin will come out as Robson comes in with the play from the sideline. It'll be Warriors 2nd down and just a length of a football more than 5 yards for first. Jones up top, Robson down low. Same backs in the backfield. Hand off to Cruz, and he slips as he tried to make a cut. I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah, this is, you talked about it earlier, just a wet field. And to make that turn, you really have to put that foot down and set it in there and then make your cut.
Talked to Trevor's dad, Alan, today, and we were talking about this rain, and he said, well, the only good thing he could think of was he had heard early that it was going to be at or near freezing at game time, and so the fact that it was more like 15, 20 degrees higher was the only good thing we could think of about this weather. 3rd and long for the Warriors, 3rd and about 8. Coming your direction. Heidelberg pitches it out here to Williams this way. He makes a cut, manages to get by a couple people, runs into a blocker. It's going to be a good game, but it's still going to come up short. It'll be 4th and about 3.
Yeah, these Hutch Trinity guys are really quick getting to the ball on defense once they see where it's going. The blocking is going to have to make those holes that these guys can get through.
Warriors send in the punt team. Good news is we've got the curse of Jeremiah out of our system.
I wish I had that kind of power. I'd use it.
I believe that's Lumen snapping the ball, by the way. Good snap. Williams gets it away. Driving kick. Takes a great Marion bounce. That's what we wanted the last time.
That is what we wanted last time.
It'll roll dead at or near the 19 of Trinity. Help me out, Jeremiah. I meant to do this before the game. I always do this, and this time I forgot. Are they the Crusaders or the Knights? What are they?
I think they're the Celtics.
Ah, there you go.
The Hutch
There
Trinity
you go.
Celtics.
That's right. We're going to say Celtics, though, if you don't mind.
Okay.
First and 10 from the 18. They got a power I formation going here, or a stacked I formation. And off to the tailback, and he's hit in the backfield.
Yeah, met by 4 or 5 Warriors there at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. This is the defense that we've been used to seeing this season, and it's great to see them start right off the bat here with fumble on the first possession, drive a guy backwards on the second one. So defense is exactly what we were hoping to see.
I think that was Nick Meyer who literally drove the blocker in front of him backwards into the backfield and stacked everything up. Short loss, second and a little over 10. Everybody in tight. Yeah, they were moving. They're going to pick up about 4 on the carry, but it's coming back.
Yeah, there's a flag out there on the field on the near side.
I think they had 2 people moving, didn't they?
Yeah, illegal shift.
Yeah, they had 2 guys moving at the same time. 6 minutes to go, first quarter. No score here.
So that's going to bring up second down and about 16, I think.
The rain has let up I mean, it's not totally gone. There's still a mist, but it's the lightest it's been since we got out here about 6 o'clock.
Between rain bands right now.
Yeah, that's what Casey was saying as he was looking at the radar, that it appeared they're just going to be, we'd get through one and the next one would move in. All right, second and 15. Again, everybody in tight. Ball's on the ground. They've got it, but they're going to get nothing on the play.
This is just great to see our defense swarming these guys. There's nowhere for them to run. We don't want to give anything up in the passing game, so we're going to have to keep our eyes open for them to turn to that here pretty soon. But the run game is being just stifled at the line of scrimmage.
We want to thank our first quarter sponsors. You've seen their promos. The first quarter sponsors are Eagle Communications, Prairie Land Partners, and Marion National Bank. Third and 15. Warriors want to stop them right here and force the punt, maybe set up a nice return for great field position. Oh, they've got 2 people moving again. They got that play down pat.
Boy, you know, as a coach, you go through a whole season, you get into the postseason, and to see your guys make 2 false starts or illegal shifts in the first or in the second possession is frustrating. I just can imagine how that coach is feeling.
Especially when you feel like your team's kind of on a upwards movement and starting to put it together. All right, third and at least 20. Quarterback hands off. Got a little running room on this side. He's going to be short of the 20-yard line, and I think that's going to be an offensive penalty.
I think that'll be a holding foul, and I think we're probably going to decline that and let them punt.
It's a good shot up close. Case on that tackle. I can't say enough how much I appreciate Jay Smith and Danny Maddox and the job they've done with the camera work this year. I hate to say this because I don't want to hurt anybody else's feelings at any point in time, but between those two and Gene and the use of all this technology, I think we've got the best visual broadcast we've ever had. Now, you can say what you want about the rest of it.
About the personalities.
Yeah. Fourth down, and we'll call it 9. It actually may be just a little bit more than that. Standing inside the 5, high snap. Yeah, that's a smart move. That's actually a pretty savvy move for a high school player. Just kicked it out of bounds, take the safety.
Yeah, very aware of where he was on the field, which you like to see in a high school player. Boy, it's hard enough to long snap in good conditions. To long snap in these kind of conditions we've now seen on both sides of the field, it is a difficult thing to do.
The player, I'm sure most everybody already knows this, but he had choices. He could pick it up, try to get it out. If he gets tackled in the end zone, that's a safety. If he fumbles it and we get it, that's a touchdown for us. If he tries to kick it, we block it and get it, that's a touchdown for us. So the safe thing, kick it out, gives us 2 points. They'll get a free kick from the 20. They can either kick it off or punt it. Warriors should have good field position after this.
Yeah, I think this is going to go in our favor, and we're going to see our defense come out responding to what the defense, or see our offense come out responding to what the defense just did, and I think we're going to go in and get a touchdown here in the next possession.
One of the things that I'm sure we want to do here, Jeremiah, is you got a team that believes in themselves and in the Celtics, and for good reason. But you want to take that belief away from them.
Right. They're coming in. The last 2 games are the first time all season they've won 2 games in a row. They've lost a few in a row, and they've won 1 here and won 1 there, and so they're coming off 2 wins consecutively. They are on the upswing, like you mentioned, and yeah, we want to take that wind out of their sails as early as possible.
They'll opt to kick off, which is no surprise in the high school game here. So they'll put it in the air. The wind will assist them to some extent. Line drive kick. Jones is going to field it at his own 25. And James gets it across the 40, so the Warriors will have not great, but darn good field position to start this drive.
Very good field position. You can kind of see that's not the normal return we're used to seeing James make. He's usually more inclined to cut. He's making sure his feet are underneath him, and so that reduced his ability to cut up field on when he saw those tacklers coming at him. But he did a great job running the ball, keeping hold of the ball, and getting to where he got.
And pretty good job fielding that kick.
Yeah, very good.
Baldwin split out on this side. Jones is up top. Heidelberg hands off to Jansen, and Jansen gets it out to the 45, so there'll be a gain of a long 2, maybe 3.
Maybe 3, yeah. Jansen moved the pile forward and picked up a few yards there.
We'll call it 2nd and 7. This first quarter continuing to move away pretty fast here, down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds in the first quarter. The Warriors up 2-0. Heidelberg keeps this time. He turns the corner. Thought he was going to get the first down, but a real good tackle stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah, one of the Celtics there picked him up and drove him backwards there. Number 6.
One thing about Taylor, while we've kidded around about what a good athlete he is, he's not big. He's 158 pounds. 3rd and 1. Would this be 2-down territory at the 50-yard line at this point?
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Teroff would do here. Hard to say this early in the game.
Heidelberg keeps. Not going to worry about it. He's got a first down, but again, slides down as he makes that cut. Well, Casey, you don't have to reply to this right now. You can if you want, or you can wait till the quarter. But as an old running back, and I stress old, as a little guy, and the only thing I had going for me was quick feet. And if I couldn't cut, I was just out of luck. For a power back, this kind of muddy mess might be okay. Hand off to Jansen. Jansen's still running. He cuts it back to the outside, puts on a nice little move. Got some blocking out there. Oh, nice tackle. Takes him out of bounds about the 12.
Well, as you can hear, I'm fumbling for my microphone, so you knew I was going to reply.
We did. It was kind of like an early warning system.
Once he called you old, I knew there wasn't a doubt.
No, I was talking about me.
I knew. I figured that. I was fumbling for it. Hey, great run right there by Jansen. Good tackle by Spencer Truman. He's got 2 first names or 2 last names. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, here we go. The Warriors pitch out to Williams. Oh, again, hit hard. Williams fights hard. He's going to be inside the 10. Go back to you, Casey.
Okay, I think Taylor he's just a little bit hyped up right now, a little bit nervous. I think that ankle's feeling better than it has in a long time. Look for him second quarter, second half to really start turning some things up. Guys, we own the Celtics, and it's just a matter of time before we prove it. That safety down there, the defense is playing great. Our offense is going to end up dominating this game. We're going to get the win in the second quarter. It's going to be a big
That was it.
big second for Marion.
Second down and 6 from the 9-yard line. Heidebrick keeps, cuts it back right up the middle of the field, and he's in the zone. Taylor Heidebrick with a Case and Son touchdown.
Boy, that was great to see. He found that hole. He just ran right through it into the end zone. This is exactly what I was hoping for in this possession, to pick up that safety, and then now Grant's calling for 2 here. So we're going to go for 2, see if we can't get this up to 10.
Yeah, you got a situation where you're already up 8-0. You go 9, but heck, they've already shown in the previous game they can kick field goals.
That's
so
right.
let's go ahead and be up by a touchdown and a 3-pointer here. So leading 8-0 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Split Jones out left side of the formation. Everybody else in tight. And off to Cruz.
He's in.
He's in the zone. Trevor Cruz with a carry for the 2-point conversion.
A lot of movement over there, going different directions, and Taylor handed the ball off to Cruz. He hit the hole, and the Celtics were just too late getting to him. He was in the end zone already.
So the Warriors with that early lead now, that changes the complexion of what I have to admit. I'm not going to say I wasn't thinking of it as a trap game or anything like that, but it was a game that made me nervous because it was a team that probably had more talent and ability than we might have given them credit for, and they were coming in with a lot of motivation. So the game's not over.
Not over.
But I'm liking the way we're going.
Yeah, and I was telling somebody yesterday, anytime you play a team that you beat already once in the season, they've got a lot going for them when they come out against you again. They want to redeem that loss, and so it's a good thing to come out quick and early. It's good to see us put 10 points up on the board. This time last week we were still struggling to get 7 on the board, so this is really great.
Nice shots from the Danny Cam of the Marion cheerleaders. They're all encased in plastic, so they won't melt out there in the rain. And Diane Jeffries and Susan Hall have done a great job. They're their coaches this year. The Marion cheerleaders have really been a good job this year.
Yep.
Well, Warriors will kick off here again against the wind. Nice kick from Case. Drives the receiver back to the 10-yard line. Does a nice job of getting out to the 25, but great kick from Case and good coverage.
Yeah, Warriors did a good job getting down on the ball, meeting that runner right around the 25-yard line, it looks like, and stopping him there.
I noticed Ezra Darnell go out to pick up the tee. Last week I saw Griff get the tee himself, and I thought, what does this world come to? When the senior asks to get the tee, that's always a tradition that there's a designated freshman who gets the tee after every kick. All right, from the 25, Celtics looking to get a little momentum back in this ball game. Oh, I was watching the fullback as well, and there's a loss on that play. I also thought that there were, again, 2 people moving before the snap.
Sure looked that way. I didn't see what. Here's a replay.
Take another look at it. That's in pretty tight, but no, maybe not.
Oh, he tripped over Morgan. Morgan rolled right into him. He didn't see Morgan coming.
That's a tackle. Second and we'll call it 2nd and 11. It's probably more like 10 yards and 2 feet.
Yeah. Like those old Donkey Kong games where there's a barrel coming at you.
There you go. Again, from that stacked I formation. Don't think we saw that the last time we played. To the trailing back. Gets a positive gain. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Celtics.
Yeah, and it looked like Kyle Palak was in there with an arm on him, didn't let him go much further once Kyle had a hand on him.
Nick Meyer was out on that play. He comes back in. Wheeler comes out. I've preached this all year long, the way that the Warriors rotate those linemen all game long, so everybody's got fresh legs in the fourth quarter. It's really been a benefit to us for quite some time.
Yeah, it's gone a long way this season.
3rd and 6. Oh, the ball's on the ground. And now the quarterback's on the ground. John Nordquist says, hey, lay down.
Yeah, John said, listen, man, you're not going anywhere.
He wanted to pass it out here, and then it was bad news after that.
Just going to bring up 4th down, and it looks like we got a timeout being called here by the Celtics.
Now they want to kick with the wind. There's 5 seconds left in this first quarter. Casey, you want to get a jump on your quarterly report?
Well, yeah, because I pulled my mic out of my pocket so I wouldn't make that horrible noise that it was making. But, yeah, it's exactly right, Mike. I would have been shocked if they wouldn't have called a timeout so they could at least punt with the wind. What a great first quarter by the Marion Warriors. Aside from the first miscue down here on the snap over the punter's head, which was all Jeremiah's fault, by the way.
Yes, I agree.
I'm so glad I have that power. That's
yeah,
amazing.
Anyway, Griff Case got a fumble on the next snap of the ball. They punted the ball over their kicker's head, and their kicker did a very heads-up play by kicking it out of the end zone for 2 points. Marion came back, responded with a touchdown. Guys, we're used to kind of laying an egg in the first couple of series of the games. I hope we haven't jinxed ourselves tonight. I don't think we have. I think we're focused. I think we're going to play the best game of our year right now. We're going to get the ball back with the wind, and we're going to cruise. That concludes my quarterly report.
Thank you, Casey. Sponsored by St. Luke Hospital. That was also a Tampa State Bank timeout. 4th down. Heidebrecht standing at his own 37 to receive this kick. High snap, but fielded well. Good kick. Heidebrecht calls a fair catch, and he pulls it in at about the 47-yard line. That'll be the end of the first quarter. And, Gene, let's go to our second quarter sponsors.
St. Luke Hospital, providing state-of-the-art healthcare services to meet all your needs. St. Luke was recently remodeled in 2012 to include a new physical therapy area, a new patient care area, as well as a beautiful new entrance. It also has a current CT scanner to provide your scanning needs. St. Luke Hospital, right here at home, right here for you. Marion Pharmacy became a franchised Health Mart pharmacy in 1984. As a full-line pharmacy, we accept most all major insurance plans, including Medicare D plans for seniors. We have been offering flu shots for the past couple of years and will continue to do so in the future. They offer a full line of durable medical equipment for both rental and purchase. They also have a Kodak picture printing machine, a full line of Hallmark cards, giftware, and toys for tots.
We are back. Hand off to Jansen. As always, runs hard. But boy, a lot of people yanking on the ball there trying to cause a fumble.
Yeah, we've seen ball come out a couple times, especially on the Trinity side, and they want to get that ball back for themselves. Jansen did a great job holding on to the ball once he didn't have anywhere to go.
Want to thank all our second quarter sponsors, Marion Pharmacy, Triple R Hauling, and Shelter Insurance. They don't have a video promo, but we want to make sure we mention Shelter Insurance. 2nd down and 9 for the Warriors. Heidebrecht keeps, pitches on the outside. Cruz does a nice job to get through that tackle and pick up a first down.
Yeah, really good patient play by Heidebrecht and Cruz waiting for the ball. Not in a hurry, and they got the job done.
I'm watching Morgan Wheeler out there. I mean, he's in his element on that offensive line, and I honestly think, Jeremiah, he may like these playing conditions.
Yeah, I think some of those guys, when they get in the trenches down there, they like to push the guys around, especially when they know they don't have the footing to respond.
Exactly.
And they can really move them where they want them.
Warriors at the 42 of the Celtics, first down. Williams is in motion. Heidelberg comes this direction, tries to cut, slips down.
Looks like
No
he's gonna-
gain.
Maybe even a slight loss, maybe half a yard loss
Yep.
there.
So that'll make it second and very short 11. Case comes out as Robson comes back in the ball game for the Warriors. This Hutch Trinity team has done a nice job the 2 times we've played of competing to the bitter end. And although they've taken a couple of body blows here, there's no indication they've given anything up. Jansen with a carry. Jansen busts through the initial resistance, and he's got a long gain just short of a first down.
Celtic player laying on the ground. He got up, 51.
That'd be Joey Hale.
Yep.
He's a 6'1", 225-pound junior. He's speaking of being down there in the trenches. His uniform is about the dirtiest of anybody on their team, and he is hurting right now.
Yeah, he's in some pain.
3rd and 1. How's James Jones kept his number so clean out there? He's on the field for both offense and defense.
He hasn't had much action yet.
Oh, boy, Jansen is hit hard, and there's going to be no gain on that play.
Yeah, he was met right at the line, and he might have shoved his way forward for a foot, but wow. Didn't have much of anywhere to go.
Yeah, they actually gave him a short loss on that. It's going to be 4th down and more like 2, maybe a yard and a half. One of the few times this year that Jansen hasn't managed after the initial contact to fall forward.
Bring up 4th down. The Warriors are going to go.
Warriors up 10-0 on the 39-yard line, 34-yard line. Got a light bulb out on the clock here. And the Warriors had.
There was all kinds of people moving.
We did. Jansen's clapping because he thought they came across, but we had 2 people moving. Take another look at it here. Now we're in too tight. I don't know if we'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. They called offsides against them.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge, guys. That play before, Mike, they had a middle linebacker blitz, and we just didn't pick it up. Jansen ran right into the linebacker blitzing. He had no chance. But what a great set of circumstances here to get the offsides and get the first down.
Casey, is it raining at all right now?
No, my weather monkey, we talk. Hang on a second. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, 1st and 10 now from the 29. Jansen with the carry. People slipping and sliding. All his blockers were sliding there, and there's going to be no gain on that play. Back to Casey.
My weather monkey's going to get spanked when I get home because he told me that the wind was going to be out of the west-southwest all night, which was going to bring these showers intermittently. But we got here, that wind to switch to the north. I don't have my stocking cap. I'm cold, but I think we're done with the rain.
I'll stick with Merrill Teller and Storm Team 12, Casey. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Heidebrecht this time has a hole over that left side. He got a flag right at the end of that play.
Yeah, late flag came in.
Holding against the Warriors.
Yeah, that's something we're going to have to figure out how to do. They've really got the inside locked down. We're going to have to get to the edges and pick up some yards out there.
Would have been 3rd and 3. It'll be a spot foul, so they'll mark the 10 yards off, assuming they accept it. Don't know why they wouldn't. And then we'll see where we end up here. Our officials tonight, they're not all equally decked out, but a couple of them are about as heavily dressed as I've seen any all season. Normally they're running around as much as the players and stay pretty warm, but I think that rain had them worried tonight. Yeah, it'll be back about at least 10 from the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 20 or just a tad more. That's a handoff to Williams. He tried to get around the left side. Now he cuts it back. Oh, nice use of his blockers. Not a big gain, but Williams did a nice job to get about 5.
Yeah, and that's where the yardage is going to be for a while, is getting to the outside, around the ends and turning upfield. They've really stopped us up the middle now a couple times.
We got 3rd and 14 for the Warriors, so 6-yard gain for Jansen on that play. 7:31 to go. Warriors up 10-0, second quarter. By-district game. Warriors seeking, they're already district champions, seeking to become by-district champions and move on to the regional round. Heidelberg wants to pass as he rolls to his right, gets it away. Williams, did he put? Yes, he pulled that
pulled it
in. We'll take another look at that. Look how muddy Heidelberg is. Williams is bouncing it off one hand and then the other.
Yeah, he just didn't. Once he reined it in, there wasn't anywhere to go with it. So it's going to bring up 4th and about 8, it looks like.
Warriors look to be in punt position. Line of scrimmage is a 27, so Coach might be trying to just pin them deep. Also might be hoping for an offsides to just get it, make it a little more easily makeable 4th down play. Low snap. Williams takes it. He's going to throw. He wants to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Williams still on his feet. He's inside the 20. I think he's going to be a yard short, Jeremiah.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't quite get there. You know, you punt it, it goes in the end zone. That ball's not going to end up any worse for wear. So.
We had the long snap count. I really did think there. Obviously, that wouldn't have given a 5-yard penalty. Wouldn't have given us a first down, but it would have made it a much more makeable 4th down attempt. But at first, it looked like he wanted to pass the ball.
It did look that way. It looked like he was looking downfield like somebody was going to be open, and there just wasn't an open player. So
Warriors needed to get to the 19. They got to the 20, turned the ball over to the Celtics. Back in the stacked I formation. And off to the tailback, and again he's hitting the backfield, although this time he spins away for not quite a yard. Yeah, maybe a yard. That handoff just hasn't worked for him at all tonight.
Their timing definitely isn't there tonight. Be great. It's just great that our guys can get to the ball as quick as they're getting there.
2nd and a long 9. Back to a single back with a slot back who goes in motion. Hand off to that slot back, seeking to get around the outside, and he's drugged down over there. Looks like Palick, the tackler.
Yeah, they're just not going to find anywhere to go against our defense on the run game. They're just not. They're just not quick enough to get past our guys.
The Warriors still. This Jerry Smith, the defensive coordinator, he's got to be so proud of these guys. They're in their almost to halftime of their 10th game. They've given up 83 points all season.
Yeah.
3rd and long 8. Back to a fullback and 2 halfbacks and what looks like the old-time tee. And off to the fullback. He powers forward for a very short gain.
Nothing at all. You know, in the scouting report and the stuff that I've looked at also, there's been a lot of calls for 22 from Trinity to carry the ball, and we just haven't seen him carry the ball tonight.
Yeah, 22 is Elias Jasso Cardenas, David Tebow, and Eric Banning were the 3 that I marked as their primary ball carriers, but they just really haven't had a running game so far.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Just going to bring up a punt, and looks like we got Heidebrecht back to receive.
Yeah, 4th and 6. Heidebrecht on his own 44, punts away. They've had a good kicking game tonight. That's going to go out of bounds inside the 50. We'll see where they mark it.
Yeah, it's a much quicker quarter right now, about 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Warriors will have the ball on their own 49 to start this possession, and boy, this would be a great time for the 4-minute drill. Just go in with like 1 second on the clock, and we'd go to Casey Case for the St. Luke Hospital halftime report at that point in time.
That would be great.
We are in the Jerry Cady Insurance broadcast area, and boy, do we appreciate it tonight.
Yeah, you know, you and I worked that Halstead game in those ideal conditions down there, and it's a lot more pleasant up here.
Ideal if you're a Penguin. Warriors need to get a good drive going here. That's a handoff to Jansen. Good blocking. Jansen running into blockers. They're powering forward.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but Jansen hits the hole, and a guy goes flying backwards. And then Jansen keeps going.
8-yard run. It'll be 2nd and 2. And that's what you want on first down. Warriors with all the options open. The wind out of the northwest. I don't know. Would you, 2nd and short, would you maybe put one in the air here?
That's worth a try. We haven't had. We've had one, I think, successful completion. We've had another attempt, and so it's a good thing to keep that part of the game open in conditions like this, so that it's not just counted that you're going to run each time.
You got Baldwin up top, Jones down low. That's a pitch out here to Williams. Williams tries to get around that corner. That's the fight hard. He's got the first down.
Yeah, Williams got the ball and turned upfield, and there were 4 guys in white facing him.
There were. And boy, Heidelberg took a hit here too. You saw that right at the end of that. That does get the Warriors the first down, though, as they're inside the 40-yard line. Their line of scrimmage will be to 37 of the Celtics. 3 minutes to go in the quarter, in the half. There's your pass play. Heidelberg's now going to go to the left. He's got a lot of running room out there. Lyman makes a dive at his legs, misses him, and Heidelberg's got another first down.
Yeah, Taylor saw that there wasn't anything open downfield. He saw that naked bootleg available, and he took it and just ran around the outside and picked up a first down.
So 1st and 10 from just outside the 25, about the 26-yard line. Clock is running. We're down to 2:35 to go. Our cameraman's putting on his gloves. The Danny Cam is a sissy. Hand off to Jansen. He's going to get the ball inside the 25.
Picked up a couple yards there. It's going to be first down, or second down, in about 9, it looks like, 8.5. Really hoping that we can drive next couple minutes and get in the end zone right at the end of the half here.
Oh, that'd be just fantastic. The 10-0 lead is great, but I think the Warriors have spent most of this game in Celtic territory, and you hate to come away with only 10 points.
Right.
Second time to be deep down here with no points, at least so far on this drive. Turned it over on downs the last time. Heidelberg comes this way. He's got Cruz out there as a pitch man. He runs through an arm tackle, gets it inside the 20.
Yeah, he picked up about 5 yards on that play, and they really did take a shot at him in the thighs, and he powered right through that and picked up a few more yards.
There's the replay. So the ball right on the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. After with a minute 22, the Warriors have all their timeouts left. Very muddy to their left. The Celtics were blitzing. Jansen got through the initial rush. He's down inside the 15.
Yeah, he picked up another first down there. Our guys are making the holes really break open, and our runners are hitting those holes and getting through them. So
seemed like the Celtics did have the man where he needed to be. He just couldn't bring Jansen down in the backfield.
Yeah, Jansen's a strong runner.
All right, from the 14-yard line, and we're going to have a Tampa State Bank timeout called by Hutch Trinity. Casey, I don't hear any rustling. We'll see if Casey wants to jump in here as the Warriors are threatening with a minute 4 to go in the first half of the ball game. Don't give away all the good stuff you're going to do for your quarterly report now.
No, I won't. Just a good, solid drive by the Warriors. I'm not going to jinx us like Jeremiah did by saying how we haven't turned the ball over. I'm not going to say that. A minute 4 left. We've got all 3 timeouts. Big break right here because Adam Jansen had all the tape coming off of his ankle, and he was motioning to coach. And I think we were about 2 seconds away from calling a timeout, and all of a sudden the Celtics called it for us. So we've got a minute 4 seconds. We've got timeouts and 15 yards to go. Things are looking good.
Great shot from the Danny Cam there of the stalwart Warrior fans who braved the elements to come out tonight. There's the biggest contingent of cars on the south end of the field that I've seen this year. Heidelberg keeps trying to find Spot. He works his way through the formation, and he's in the zone. Taylor Heidelberg with a 15-yard touchdown scamper. That's a Kaysenson touchdown.
Yeah, the field just opened up for Taylor. He ran in there. We got a
we
flag
have a
on the
flag.
play, though.
Nice run by Heidelberg. It's going to be called back, however. Looks like they're going to mark off a hold against the Warriors. Haven't seen a signal. We don't have, normally we have the officials mic'd up. MCTV and the Marion Advancement Campaign went together to, it's an illegal block. And as I said, Marion Advancement Campaign and MCTV went together to buy the equipment to mic the officials, who most of the time can just specifically tell us what's going on. But they were didn't want to do it in the rain tonight. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Guys, I'll give you an explanation on that penalty after this play.
Okay, thanks, Casey. For now, it's 1st and 25. Heidelberg fakes to his left, turns to his right, cuts back upfield, does not get out of bounds, and the Warriors call a Tampa State Bank timeout. Casey.
The penalty was for a block in the back, and Coach Tiroff was livid. Apparently, he thought the block happened outside some box. I'm not really up on all these rules, but apparently there's a zone where you can block in the back. I don't know.
That would
Anyway,
be inside, wouldn't it?
no, it would have been inside. You're right, inside the zone, and the referee would have nothing to do with it. But anyway, he made the call, and that negates a Warrior touchdown.
Pushes with that run that Heidelberg just picked up. The Warriors are now at the 21-yard line. We got 50 seconds to go. We can get a first down if we get down right at the 5, it looks like, right about where Casey's standing.
We didn't want to score that fast anyway, so.
That's true. You wanted to go in with the clock expiring, didn't you? The Warriors have 2 timeouts left. Celtics have 1. I wouldn't expect them to use it, although I suppose it's possible if they felt like they needed to get their defense set. Well, Jeremiah, we thought we had what we wanted, and now we got a 2nd and 16.
Yeah, we got to pick up some yards here. Real muddy to the left.
Yeah, a lot of room, a lot of possibility of slipping, and Warriors are going to jump. That'll push us back 5 and make it a little bit worse. So we'll mark it back. We'll end up about the 25-yard line, just a little bit past, probably more like the 24. Temperature is cool, but and very windy. I don't know the temperature itself would be that cold, but when you add in the wind and the moisture, it's I'm sure pretty cold down there. Second and very long for the Warriors. Heidelberg going to stay in the air. He's got some pressure. Gets it away long right down the middle of the field. Zach Robson going for it. And he falls over the defender. They're going to call that just an inadvertent contact and no penalty.
Boy, Zach was tripped up there at the goal line. Player lost his footing. Zach couldn't go anywhere around him.
So that'll make it 3rd and long. That's 3rd and scoreboard says 3rd and 20. It actually looks longer than that to me, but at least at 3rd and at least 20, we'll call it that.
Guys, I was pleading my case down here, but that was clearly an uncatchable ball.
That's true.
He was interfered with, but it was uncatchable.
Good point. Didn't even think of that. Now we got an official coming in calling timeout. I think the Celtics did call their last Tampa State Bank timeout. They said, we never want to go in the locker room with a Tampa State Bank timeout in our pocket.
They wanted to make sure that they got that on the record there.
Well, we've got the Danny Cam is trying to show us on all our glory. But, I thought Gene wasn't going to switch to it. I wouldn't have blamed him if he hadn't. It's been a good ball game so far. The Warriors up 10-0. We really would like to get that 3rd score so that we can have this be just stretched out a little bit farther. the game is not at issue at this point in time, but you want as big a lead at halftime as you can get.
That's absolutely right. And, we're facing now 3rd and 20 here. This is a big down. We would love to go in with the score here. Let's see what Coach Karoff pulls out of the hat here.
Teams are back on the field. We'll go back to them as we end our Tampa State Bank timeout. And you can see we were in the friendly confines of the Jerry Cady Insurance broadcast area, and we appreciate all of our sponsors and hope you'll give them your patronage. And we would beg you, please find one of our sponsors and tell them thanks. Here we go. 3rd down and long, 43 seconds to go. Heidelberg keeps, cuts back upfield. Going to get down to the 20. We're getting some nice gains. The problem is we've just got so far to go.
Yeah, 4 or 5 yards at a time when you need 20 is just not going to do it. So
maybe Casey, why don't you, Casey's running away. I don't know where Casey's going. Oh, he thinks we're going to kick a field goal maybe. That was our second Tampa State Bank timeout.
I don't see Griff changing shoes.
35 seconds to go.
Unless he's already changed shoes.
He's already put the shoe on. We're kicking a field goal.
All right.
Our line of scrimmage is going to be the 21. It'll be about a 38-yard field goal. The wind is blowing right now. It almost looks more like out of the west, but it shifts around from the northwest. Casey, what can you tell us about the wind? They call it Mariah.
The wind's blowing really hard. It's almost out of the northwest. This will be the first field goal attempted in Marion High School for God knows how long.
The last one I remember is Brian Freestein, I think.
I don't know. Field goal?
I thought he did.
All right.
Heidelberg's going to spot the ball. It'll be right about the 27, so you add on the end zone. You got a 37-yard field goal attempt. Griff Case getting the tee spotted here. Got plenty of time. They just blew the whistle.
This referee didn't know what we were doing.
Oh, we got one sprinting back over to see if it would go through. I think you'd have to aim it at the right upright. Snaps down, or the,
Oh, he missed it. God dang it.
It would have been, boy, it would have been close. It might have been one of those that hit the crossbar.
No, it was short. It landed 10 feet in front of the crossbar.
Thank you, Dad. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
It's going to turn over on downs here, and Hutch Trinity's going to have the ball at about the 20-yard line. Oh, at the 20-yard line.
29 seconds to go. One I would expect, could be wrong, but I would expect them, frankly, to maybe just take a knee and get into halftime, being glad they're only down by 10 points.
I'm going to try and use my powers for good here, Mike. I'm going to call for a Nick Meyer interception.
Well, he only gets his interceptions on screens, Jeremiah. They could run a screen, I guess. Back in that I formation. Tailback gets the carry. And he's got the best gain I think he's got tonight, is he's going to get a gain of about 10 yards on that play.
That's the most yards they've gained this whole half.
They can't stop the clock. I think. Oh, did he go out of bounds? No, he got a first down. They're going to move
close.
the chains. Yes, they're checking, and they are going to move the chains.
I think they were debating between measuring and going into the half.
I think the officials thought, let's just call it a first down.
Yeah. I don't want to imply that they weren't doing their job, but.
Out to the 30. Probably the last play of this first half. Tailback with the carry again, and once again he is nailed in the backfield. That was Sean Buchanan.
Yeah, Sean Buchanan met him right there. He didn't have anywhere to go. That's going to be the end of the first half.
Well, Casey, let's have our second quarterly report. Go down to Casey Case for a St. Luke Hospital sideline report.
It's end of the first half, Marion 10, Sedgwick. Wishful thinking. Hutch Trinity 0, guys. What a great start to the game. I have to say I'm disappointed in that second quarter. 2 opportunities down, actually 3 opportunities down here to score. One of them negated on a block in the back. I don't know whether it was a legitimate call or not. It doesn't matter. The call was made. Touchdown was negated. So instead of up 17-0, we're up 10-0. But you know what, guys? The way our defense is playing, I think 10 points is enough. and let's have some sort of breakdown on offense and turn the ball over or something like that. I'm starting to break because I'm on the wrong side of the wind. I learned this somewhere. We were in the wind, but anyway, I'll regroup in the second half. We're up 10-0, and life is good. Back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your ticket to a high school game is a privilege to watch youngsters learn on the playing court. A lesson taught to players is one spectators can follow as well. Good sportsmanship. Unruly behavior is unacceptable in the classroom, and athletics are a classroom. Remember, sportsmanship provides the human touch. The Kansas State High School Activities Association encourages you to make sportsmanship the primary concern. And now, please pay attention to these words from our third quarter sponsors.
Erie Real Estate is a full-service real estate agency specializing in residential real estate in the Marion County area. Erie Real Estate lists and sells the majority of real estate in the immediate Marion area. In fact, they sell the majority of Marion real estate listed by other companies as well. They also serve the surrounding communities in the county, including Marion County Lake, Hillsborough, Peabody, Lincolnville, and Florence. And Marion Kiwanis Club, dedicated to providing service to children and local communities. Since 1923, Marion Kiwanis have worked for our community. Come join us. You can help. MCTV reminds you to support our sponsors. They make these broadcasts possible. And Marion High School Boosters, financially, emotionally, and in all ways possible, the MHS Boosters support the students of Marion High in all of their activities. Contact the high school.
And we are back and ready for our third quarter of action. Warriors up 10-0. Getting reports from, of course, by the time you hear this, it'll be old news, but we got reports that the game between Sedgwick and Douglas, that Douglas, the underdog, is actually leading 14-13 at halftime. So that would certainly have an impact on what the winner of this game might do.
Yeah, that's keeping track of that. We want to see. Just gonna focus on our game here though, and make sure that we come out the victors at the end of this game.
Want to make sure we did mention we showed you those promos for our third quarter sponsors: Erie Real Estate, Marion Kiwanis, and Marion Boosters. Also, we want to make sure and mention our Warrior sponsors: Marion Auto Supply, Edward Jones Investments, Gambino's Pizza, HRK Variety. We'll mention them again in a moment. Here's a kick from Griff Case, low kick, bouncing, comes down at the 12-yard line. As they bring it across the field, there's a little bit of a running room until the Warriors close it fast. Casey, is your mic on? We're hearing you, man.
Yeah, it is. I am.
We can hear him except when he tries to talk.
The equipment protected. I'm going off.
And it seems to be raining. It's kind of like small drops, but there's a lot of them out there right now.
They are really coming down. I think that was a good plan on the kickoff there. We'll kind of call that a squib kick to get it to roll and see if that can't get it to bounce off a player.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line, 28-yard line. Quick pass. Comes out on this side. It's going to get the ball across the 30. It's about a 5-yard gain. Okay,
Yeah.
Jeremiah, I think that's wise. They had zero offense that first half. They're just trying to get something out in running room.
Yeah, our defense is going to have to come out strong here and make the stops, be on their toes, ready for those quick passes. They didn't have much going in the running game in the first half.
Casey traded in his rain hat for a stocking cap, and that apparently brought on the rain. 2nd and 5. Quick pass the other direction, and that one was a little long, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, these passes are close to either being straight across or slightly behind, so we're going to have to keep our eye on that, make sure we're quick to the ball each time.
Yes, because you can't afford to miss that tackle. On the other hand, if they keep doing it, boy, it'd be a cornerback's dream. You just step right in front of one.
Hey, those were both backwards passes.
Yeah,
You think they were lateral?
I guarantee you they both were. The last one was almost picked off by Cruz.
3rd down and a long 5. We got wind and rain Oh, we need snow at this point. Oh, boy, Palak blitzed. They go the opposite direction, and the back's going to get ridden down after a gain of 1. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and Mike, you and I were talking during the first half about the wind, and we're in the Jerry Cady broadcast area, and it is really windy out there. We got an injury on the field here.
I think that's Lumen that's down.
That is Lumen.
Zach was hurt early in the year and really wasn't at full speed for the first couple of games, and then as he got healthier, he came on and has really been a big part of this Warrior attack, defensive attack. As they work on him out there, this will give me an opportunity to mention, again, our quarterly reports are sponsored by St. Luke Hospital, and Jerry Cady Insurance sponsors our broadcast area. Our timeout sponsors, Tampa State Bank, and our touchdown sponsors, Case & Son Insurance. And those Warrior sponsors we just mentioned are HRK Variety, Edward Jones Investments, Marion Auto Supply, and Gambino's Pizza. Gambino's also contributes Jay Smith. They peel him away from the pizza making and force him to do indentured servitude here with us.
They got Zach sitting up.
Yeah, it does look like a shoulder maybe what's bothering him. Our crew is Casey Cates always down on the sidelines in the elements as Zach gets up, comes off. This is Mike Powers, our cameraman, our Danny Maddox, and Jay Smith, our directors, Gene Winkler. Jeremiah Lang here with me tonight. We've appreciated Jeremiah's contributions this year, along with those of Roger Schroeder and Kevin Freesting, Josh Powers. Matt Powers helped out on an earlier game. We've had a great crew. It's 4th down, and they're back to punt. Punter's going to be standing at his own 18. He'll be punting into the wind. Heidebrecht at the 41 to field this. Now he backs up some. Good snap.
Into the wind.
Low punt.
That's great.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it basically gained about, from the line of scrimmage, maybe 10 yards on that.
Yeah, so we're going to pick up the ball at there, looks like about 43-yard line, and we'll have great field position.
Again, Jeremiah, as I look to the south, we've got cars just lined up all along there. Of course, that's a prime parking area, but there appear to be people in the cars tonight. They're smarter than Casey, I guess.
I saw someone this afternoon about 4 o'clock, and he said he just gotten back from leaving a vehicle over here at the stadium.
You bet.
That was prime parking.
Jansen with a 4-yard burst up the middle. Tackle by Doden. Now, we called Doden's name a lot in that first game.
Saying you're smarter than Casey's leaving a lot of room out there, Mike.
2nd and 6 for the Warriors. Heidebrecht keeps, and he's ridden down. There'll be a loss on that play. He's back to the 40. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, nothing there. The Celtics got in on the play real quick, and Taylor didn't have anywhere to go.
Case will come in as Baldwin comes out of the ball game. It'll be 3rd and 7. Just want the Warriors. I mean, I like the fact we're up by, the 10, but gosh, you get another touchdown in this game with these weather conditions, kind of gets almost unreachable for the Celtics. Jansen with a carry that time, and he works his way forward for about 3, but it'll be 4th down. Line of scrimmage is going to be. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Good patient run. Just didn't pick up the yards that we were hoping he would. It's going to bring about 4th and 4.
Tyler Neufeld and the rest of the punting team comes in for the Warriors. Snelling. So the Warriors will hope at this time what you'd love to do is get this punt off and maybe pin them down inside the 10, even inside the 5. Good snap. Good punt. Robson trying to get down there and cover it. Snelling,
Almost.
Snelling tried to throw it back out, but it'll be a touchback and the ball will be on the 20-yard line. right in that, they're going to set it up on the left hash mark. So if Trinity tries to go to their right, they're going to be running right in the muddiest part of the field.
Yeah, you can tell where most of the action has been tonight.
Sure
It's
can.
been right around that 20, 25-yard line on the south side of the field.
Field's been in great position, great condition all year, but boy, 2 muddy games in a row will sure tear it up in a hurry.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10. Fullback with the carry. I tell you, you got Robson, you got Cruz, you've got Meyer.
Yeah, Norquist was in there on the initial contact, and the rest of the guys came in and finished them off.
Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down now and 9.
Be surprised if we don't see another pass out to one of the wings here.
The one thing it does give them is it's an opportunity, like as we talked about a little bit ago. If we miss that tackle, they've got a chance to get a nice gainer, maybe even make somebody else miss and get a long run.
Yeah.
An equipment problem out there. Well, that's Baldwin lost a shoe.
Got stuck down in that mud. They had to dig it out.
Yeah, lucky he didn't lose a leg. Tell you what, your cold weather alligators would be happy in that area of the field right now. All right, 2nd down 9. And the handoff over the right side, and he falls forward to the 24.
Yeah, it looked like about a gain of 3 there, maybe 2, and got tripped up and going to bring up 3rd down.
That was Doden again on the carry. Third and 6. They've got everybody in tight once again in what's essentially a T formation, fullback and 2 halfbacks. Hand off to the left halfback, and he's going to get forward again, but it'll be 4th and, what do you think, 3?
Maybe 3, maybe 2. I'm not sure what they're hoping to gain when they set up like that. We've pretty much proven that they're not going to go very far.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's got to be frustrating if you are their coaching staff, because they've tried about every formation from the I to the T to the quick passes, done a little bit of everything, and this defense has shut them down.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair here, we're homers, but we try to be occasionally fair when it suits our purpose. Their defense has done a really nice job of giving up a lot of yards, but they have not broken either.
Yeah, they've made stops when they've needed to. A couple times we got through once, and we're hoping to see some good offensive possessions this half.
High punt. It's going to take really just a straight up and down bounce and die on the 46-yard line. So once again, the Warriors, who have lived in Celtic territory this game, are in great position and hopefully can take advantage of it this time.
Yeah, over on our left hash now this time, moving south. We're going to see what we bring out on the field this time.
Still raining, although it's certainly lightened up some. The wind blowing pretty hard. I'm glad Casey's down there. He's a better man than I am.
You guys want to know my take?
Yeah, give it.
We have to score before the end of this quarter to win this game. We need to score on this drive.
6:36. Heidelberg keeps. He pitches. That's coming back to Williams, and there's nothing there. That play was just ugly from the start. You could hear the wind down there, get a sense of the weather conditions down on the field when Casey turned his mic on.
Yeah, we didn't look like we were quite sure which direction we were going with that play, and Hutch caught us in kind of some confusion, it looked like.
6-yard loss. It's 2nd and 16 now for the Warriors. They're pushed back just the tail end of the ball, literally inches from the, well, wait a minute, now they moved the thing. Okay, 49-yard line on the Warriors side. Heidelberg's going to roll and do the option, and he slips down. He gets to the 51-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down.
3rd and about 15 here, so we're going to need a big play.
One of the things, Jeremiah, that I had written down on my scouting report as I read or on my notes about the scouting report, was that our coach had indicated that we will move the ball against them because we can throw it against them. And this weather conditions, I wondered coming in, would we still feel that way? And the very low number of passes would indicate we probably don't feel like this weather will let us do it.
Yeah, this is a tough condition to throw, and especially the long ball. You get that ball up in the air, and it's just going to carry going this direction. The other direction to get up in the air is going to die down. So short passes are going to be your game if you're passing.
And here we have a pass play. He's trying to throw it long to Jones, and I don't think Jones ever saw the ball, and it came down out of bounds.
It just gets up in that north wind and just carries.
So the Warriors will have to punt. 4:48 to go. Quick moving third quarter. 10-0 still our score. I'm sorry, go ahead, Jim.
There's a lot of time between plays because they're drying the ball off each play.
They are.
Before they set it down, so.
Nordquist stepped in and used the towel to dry his hands off, and he will be the snapper here. Williams, the punter. Williams gets off the rugby-style kick. A good driving kick. Snelling's trying to catch it. He almost, is it down?
Wow.
He did. He touched it down. No, the other official's calling a touchback, I think. Or is he? No, okay, he's calling it down.
Nope. Now they're bringing it up.
The one that was in the middle of the field, I thought was calling it down, but the guy on this side was calling the touchback.
My God, guys, and we had the thing down on the 1 yard line. Zach Robson went in to down it, and he slipped and knocked it in the stinking end zone. we were down, and the ball was dead. Darn it.
1st and 10 now from the 20-yard line for the Celtics. Handoff over the right side. He's going to fall forward out near the 25, a gain of 3. Doden continues to be the primary ball carrier. Looking down here, I don't see, I have not seen Lumen back in the ball game. I don't see him on the sideline. I think he has a sideline jacket on.
They were taping up his elbow pretty tight.
Elbow?
So, yeah.
Okay. 2nd and 7. And a handoff going on that right side again, and again, there's just not much there.
Zach's down here about by the 30 marker. He's got a long blue sleeve on it, so you can't see the tape, but they taped him up pretty good.
David Tebow, he's another one of the ones we had marked as a primary ball carrier, and he got that carry, got maybe a yard, 3rd and 6.
We're looking for a big stop here.
You sure are, and you had mentioned maybe they'd go back to that quick pass out that Casey said was actually a lateral both ways. We'll see if they go back to that. Well, they don't have anybody out to throw it to now. Pitch. I'm going to try to pitch it around that side. And they've got a 1st down and then some. Maybe one of the better offensive plays of the night for the Celtics.
Yeah, they got us all close in and were able to get the ball to outside and picked up about 10 yards.
A toss sweep around the right side is going to get the ball out to the 41. That'll move the chains.
It's going to be a good time for our defense to stand strong here.
Wide side of the field is nearest your screen, coming your way if they do come this direction. They're going to pitch and come this direction. Buchanan with the first hit. Looks like Meyer also in on that.
Yeah, Sean and Nick, they got in there and brought him down right at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. That's what we're going to need here in this set of downs is some big stops.
2 minutes, 31 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Warriors scored early, got up 10-0 with a safety, a touchdown, and a two-point conversion, and that's been the extent of our scoring so far.
Yeah, it looked in the first quarter like we were going to kind of run away, and
Yep.
hasn't happened.
Well, this Celtic team has been tough all year. Oh, ragged. Boy, again, maybe a short loss or a very little gain. And that as that play started, it just looked like people were moving at all different times.
Yeah, their guard looked like jumped up before the ball was snapped, but it wasn't called, and Trevor Cruz and Morgan Wheeler got in there on the tackle.
Yeah, I wasn't begging for a call. It just was just kind of odd looking. 3rd and 10. As I continue to look up at the lights, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but the rain now is just a very much a lighter mist, but still coming down very steadily. Man in motion from the slot. Is that a timeout call? Yeah, timeout. That's a Tampa State Bank timeout called by Hutch Trinity. And with that, let me mention that from the Kansas State High School Activity Association, MCTV, and Marion High School, role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others by displaying good sportsmanship during this game and this playoff run. It's the kind of positive values portrayed by good sportsmanship that everyone appreciates. Good sports are winners. Kansas State High School Activity Association encourages you to make sportsmanship a primary concern. So don't be Richie Incognito from the Miami Dolphins.
That's right. Yeah, practice good sportsmanship. Seems to be the theme that's running through those announcements that you're making. So
I'm not making them up.
I know you're not. I didn't say making them up. That's just that you're making,
I'm telling you, this is important official stuff I'm doing
I
here.
know. I think that timeout was called when he saw Trevor Cruz coming on the blitz.
That might have been the incentive.
Yeah.
Well, we are in the Jerry Katie Insurance dry kind of broadcast area, and we'll go down to Casey Case on the wet sideline for the St. Luke Hospital Quarterly Report in 1 minute and 20 seconds as we are nearing the end of the third quarter. 3rd and 10 from their own 42 for the Celtics. Quarterback wants to pass, and that had some potential. Robson was closing, but just didn't get the pass there.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had a good grip on the ball, kind of floated out of bounds, and wasn't a good attempt there. So we're going to get the ball here punted to us and see if Taylor can make something out of it.
The Warriors continue. It's just one of those games that's very frustrating. If it's your team in that position, we continue to dominate, but we can't pull away, and that gets scary sometimes. Casey's, I'm sure that's where he's coming from on his feeling like we need to score so we don't have some goofy thing happen to us in the fourth quarter and lose one that we should have won. Oh, well, we jumped. That'll give them 5 yards, but I'd be shocked if they didn't still punt.
Seth was itching to make that big play.
That'll make it 4th and 5, and the Warriors now sending different people out on the field, anticipating perhaps that Sedgwick, now I'm doing it, that the Celtics from Hutch Trinity might go for it. It's going to be a short 5.
I'll be surprised if they go for it. I don't think they're in any position to do that.
Well, they're dropping a man back in punting position. The Warriors are going to drop back Heidebrecht, but yeah, the regular defense, the rest of them are all still in there. They're not buying it for sure. Punt away. Heidebrecht's just going to let it roll dead. Warriors will have good possession, not great, but just across the 25, about the 26-yard line.
It's time to put together a good drive and end up in the end zone here.
And Lumen is back in the game. Zach Lumen is going back out on the field for the Warriors on offense. Well, Jeremiah, if this would be if our wishes come true here, if we can get a long, sustained drive and in this third quarter and take up about half the fourth, that'd be all right with
That
me.
would be all right. Yeah, we saw a game earlier this year, the JV game, I believe, where the Halstead Dragons drove for the entire quarter.
Nice run by Heidebrecht. He's going to be real close to a first down.
I think they're going to measure this. We'll see. Oh.
They're going to move the chains. This officiating crew, I think, is cold.
I think I'd agree with that. Of course, we don't have the vantage point that they do. So
No, we don't. It might have been very obvious.
Yeah.
All right, now out to the 38. We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. With one man in motion, the Warriors, Heidebrecht keeps, and Heidebrecht's going to, he cartwheels out close to the 45.
Kind of somersaulted right over the number 6 there. And
Good point. That really wasn't a cartwheel, was it? That was a somersault. Thank you for your correcting my gymnastics there.
Probably been a while since your daughters were in gymnastics. So.
It is. It has been a while, and that's why I never call any of our gymnastics meets. It'll be 2nd and 3. Warriors going to try to get one play off before the end of the third quarter. Got 5 seconds to do it. Heidebrecht, did he get handed off? Yeah, I think Jansen ended up with the ball. That'll be the end of the third quarter. And so with that, our sideline report, sponsored by St. Luke Hospital, is ready to go from Casey Case.
Hey guys, it's still 10-0, start of the fourth quarter. I don't like this at all. We had 2 quarters with the wind, and we did not score with the wind. Trinity has the ball now with the wind for the last quarter. Our defense is playing outstanding. I hope we can hold them out, but you never know. They could pin us deep in our own territory. We could commit a turnover. They're right back in this game. We blew a lot of opportunities down here in the last 2 quarters, and I'm uneasy about going into the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead, them having the wind. With that said, I trust our defense, and I hope we come out of this with a win.
Casey, as we enter the fourth quarter, our fourth quarter sponsors are Carlson's Grocery, Hannaford Abstract, and Hillsboro Free Press. And the first time out we get in this fourth quarter, the very first time out, we're going to immediately go to a few words from those fourth quarter sponsors.
Sounds good to me.
Well, 12 minutes left to go in this bi-district game. The Warriors seeking the bi-district championship. They're in the driver's seat, but you still got to get the car in gear and put her in the garage.
Some confusion out there. A couple of the Celtics guys ran to the wrong side of the ball, but we got it worked out now. We're going to start the fourth quarter.
You got to turn around here. Turn around. 3rd and a couple. Really want to pick it up here. Don't want to have to worry about 4th downs at this point in the field. Heidebrecht keeps. Heidebrecht's got the first down. He's got the ball just short of the 50, but that'll be enough.
Yep, that'll work. The clock will stop for the first down. When they get in place here, it'll keep going. So.
Well, I tell you what, if the Warriors pull this out and win, they'll play again Saturday, either in Douglas or in Sedgwick. There's some mamas going to have to do some magic on some uniforms in the meantime.
Yeah, there's parts of Taylor's uniform you can't tell are red anymore.
Yeah, red, brown, something like that. First and 10 now from just short of the 50. Jansen with a carry. Jansen's hit immediately, and it's only his effort that ends up getting a yard out of that.
Jansen was wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He was able to wiggle around there for a yard, and we're going to pick it up here 2nd and 9.
Official, as Jeremiah pointed out earlier, is in between each play. He's trying to wipe the ball off, and as the game goes on, it takes more and more effort because it's muddier and muddier out there. He's not just getting off moisture right now. He's getting off mud. 2nd and 9. The wind is, if anything, picked up. It's on the ground. The Warriors have it.
Yeah, it was a good recovery. It kind of fell apart right at the beginning there, but they were able to recover, and we're going to have 3rd down now at about 11.
I think Jansen ended up actually on top of that. Warriors ball boys are bringing the ball out. I know Seth and Luke Lanning have been the ball boys for the Warriors all year, and they're earning their keep down there right now. 3rd and 10. Heidelberg options this direction. There's not much there. Williams was there for the pitch, but frankly, the sideline had him. I don't think there's much he could have done with it.
No, he picked up about 3 yards. There wasn't a lot of room on the near side, and got wrapped up there at about the 48.
Really, the only smart thing to do here with the ball on the 48, 49 of the Celtics is punt it away. Try to keep them deep and keep them as far away from our end zone as you can keep them.
See if we can't get under this and down it right around the 5-yard line.
Nordquist, the long snap, low snap, fielded on one hop really well by Williams, gets away a punt. That one may have gone out of bounds a little quicker than we wanted, but that's all right. It's going to end up on the 20, about the 27, you think, 26?
Hey, guys, that was an incredible punt. You're not down here. You don't know what it's like. It's like a hurricane force wind, and Caleb Williams took that ball, used that west wind, and he spiraled it out of bounds. He's got to be the all-league punter.
Casey, the reference to the punt wasn't a criticism of the punt. It was that it bounced out of bounds
No.
a little quicker than we might have wanted it.
I understand. I'm just saying, from where I'm standing, feeling the wind on my back, I think it was an excellent punt.
27-yard line of scrimmage, so with 9:22 to go, the Celtics will try to get something going here. Oh, my goodness, they're buried in the backfield.
Nowhere to go at all.
Take a look at this. And that was, I missed it. Was that Baldwin that came
was
in?
Baldwin.
Holy smoke. I would have thought it was somebody with about 150 pounds more bulk the way he knocked people backwards. Danny just points out he made the quarterback run into the running back. 5-yard loss, 2nd and 15. Ball on the 22-yard line now. Celtics with the wind. Palik was trying to do what you do as a blitzer. You come in, you jump around, but he just slipped and came across the line of scrimmage. That'll be a
Called it on them.
They called it on them. Okay, they must have jerked. So that's another 5 yards back.
They heard him coming. I'd have probably jumped too.
Yeah, we did not come across. We came close, but we did not come across.
So that makes it now 2nd and 20 as the Celtics are back to their 17. I like the way this is going. A turnover here could be that 7 points Casey wants.
This is definitely the direction you want your defense to move.
Pitch. They want to throw. That was going to be a halfback pass, and that's actually
That's
nothing.
got to be.
They're looking
That's
for
gotta
the
be.
flag.
There wasn't a person in white there.
Roger Hannaford says pass was complete to the Marion coach.
You guys see who caught that?
Yeah, we did. Wasn't that Grant?
Yeah, did you see him running down the sideline?
Is that? He did. Now that you say that, he did.
He's wanting grounding. There was nobody out here except for him.
Yeah, there wasn't a white shirt anywhere nearby other than Seth Lanning.
Didn't get the call. It'll be 3rd and 20 now. The halfback pass not so successful. Quarterback hands off, end around you might call it, as he's going to get a nice gain. He picks up nearly 10 yards. It'll still be 4th and long.
Yeah, they're trying to pull just about anything they can out of their bag of tricks, and they found 10 yards there, but it's a little too late. They're going to have to punt it away.
The handoff to that man in motion. He gets up to the original line of scrimmage, so 4th down and 10 from there. Heidebrecht's going to be dropped back near his own 35 to field the punt. Now he drops back another 5 yards deeper. As Casey mentioned, the wind's going to push this thing towards that east sideline. The Warriors go for the block. They tipped it. They did tip it. Heidelberg picks it up on the bounce. Oh, he loses the ball, and I think the Celtics have it. They do.
Yeah, that is not what we wanted to see happen there.
That is the very scenario, Casey's nightmare scenario. Now, if you're looking for the golden lining or the silver lining here, they're on the 30-yard line, and they haven't moved the ball 30 yards in any one drive at any time tonight.
That's right. This is time for our defense to buckle down, drive the ball backwards, and make them punt again.
Warrior crowd wakes up. Celtic crowd wakes up. Everybody digs in. 7:20 to go in this ball game. 10-0 Warrior lead. Quarterback wants to pass, gets the ball away out here. He's got a little running room. Nice play. He'll be drugged down at about the 16, just outside the 15. It'll be a Celtic first down.
Yeah, it was to Spencer Truman, and he picks up about 15 yards on that play.
$7:11 to go. Lots of time left in the ball game. So from the 16, Trinity to their left has the mud bog. That's the way the ball goes. And Palak says, you're not going any farther.
Yeah, Palak was real pleased to meet him over there. So.
Oh, Kyle just shot in there. It's a yard loss on the play. They're going to split out a receiver on each side. Got the two slot backs, one tailback or fullback. Quarterback wants to stay in the air. He's got a lot of pressure. Oh! Dropped down by Morgan Wheeler. Big loss on the play.
Boy, that's what those defensive linemen just wait for, is an opportunity like that. Quarterback had nowhere to go. Morgan got a big paw on him and pulled him down.
Popped up, mud flying. Poor kid probably can't see for all the mud that came off of Morgan and hit him in the face. Be 3rd and 19 now, and you called it, Jeremiah. Just push them back the other direction. You just didn't want them to give up 15 first. Got it, trips on each side. The Warriors are going to call a quick Tampa State Bank timeout.
Yeah, it's a different formation than we've seen the whole game. And so Grant takes a good time out there to regroup. We got sponsors.
Carlson's is a full-service grocery store, proudly serving the community for more than 20 years. They feature fresh meat and produce, an outstanding deli featuring daily specials and freshly smoked meats, and a bakery. They also offer propane exchange, DVD rental, and utility payments through Western Union. They can even take care of your catering needs. They have recently remodeled their interior, including new frozen section and bakery managers during the past year. Hannaford Abstract and Title Company provides abstracts of title and title insurance for homeowners and mortgage lenders. They also provide real estate closings for your transactions. Why do you need title insurance? For most Americans, our home is the single largest financial investment we will ever make. Having a clear title is important to the sale and purchase of your home. Your title insurance policy is your assurance that the home you are buying is protected from any title problems now and down the road. The Free Press is Marion County's only full-saturation community newspaper read by nearly 9 in 10 households every week. No other media outlet even comes close. Our digital media services include the creation of websites, mobile apps, and texting programs for local businesses, and our print broker.
Okay, here we are. They got 3 receivers at the top of the formation, 3 at the bottom, 3 linemen and 1 back. Quarterback gets the pass away. Oh, it was headed right for that down marker over the head of the receiver. Incomplete. Jeremiah, I think maybe you'd consider going for it in fourth down here, wouldn't you? Why
I think
not?
they are in fourth down territory at this point.
Yeah. 5:28 to go. You're down by 2 scores. Why not? We may have lost Jeremiah to a bad battery here. So 4th and 19 now. Back to a more conventional formation. They got 2 receivers at the top of the formation. One on this side. Quarterback looking to his left. Throwing that direction. Oh, nicely broken up down there. Trying to get a number. Was that Jones? It was Jones who came in. Great defensive play to break that up, and the Warriors will take over on downs. Because we're doing some equipment repairs on announcers, we're unable to get a replay on that. But let me tell you, James Jones saw that, came across, knocked it down. Really nice defensive play. Warriors will take over now. The ball will be on the Warriors' own 25. 5:23 to go. Baldwin will come out on this side of the formation. Jones is up top. Williams and Cruz are your slot backs. Fullback is Jansen.
Went out 2.
Handoff to Jansen, and he's going to fight forward. He's got about 4 yards, maybe 3. Second and 7 now for the Warriors. Main thing you want to do at this point in time is just keep the clock moving. I'm not saying the Warriors wouldn't put the ball in the air, but I'd look for a steady diet of 3 yards in a cloud of mud if we can do it.
Cloud of mud, huh?
Cloud of mud. Well, yeah. Well, maybe if you knock it up fine enough, it becomes a spray, which is similar to a cloud.
Yeah.
How's that?
They don't see behind the scenes here, but I got Gene. Both my batteries went out at the same time.
Oh.
So he was trying to work them both. So
Jansen with a carry. Jansen gets another nice gain. It'll bring up 3rd and about a yard.
see Morgan lifting up number 52 there after that play and helping him off the field or off the turf, I guess. So
The fourth quarter sponsors that we just gave you the promos for are Carlson's Grocery, Hannaford Abstract, Hillsboro Free Press. We apologize for the Free Press. We may have cut them off right at the end there, but we appreciate all of our sponsors. 3rd and a yard. Be a big 1st and 10 if we could pick it up here and keep that clock moving. They have 2 timeouts left. They're bringing the linebackers. It's a quarterback sneak, and Heidebrecht's going to be short.
Taylor saw them coming and thought he might be able to slip through there, and there wasn't much room. Players are calling to go for it.
Warriors, now we're going to 4th, and I'm waiting for him to spot the ball, and it's less than a yard at this point. I think he might have got a short gain on that. Some discussion, I think, about whether the Warriors want to ask for a measurement. It would appear to be clearly short. Coach T. May just now, we're counting down here, and now we're going to call for timeout. Coach waited until the official that's watching the clock started to count it down, at which point he called for a Tampa State Bank timeout. Casey. Well, I thought you were coming on, Case.
He's working on it.
I was, because I was going to tell you that Coach is going to count the clock down until the very last and then call a timeout and then punt it. But you already said that, so I went ahead and turned my radio back off. But now I'm back on, so I'll talk for a while.
All right, that works.
Last report from Nikki, Douglas still leads Sedgwick 14-13. They must be in a similar type of game as we are. All our points scored in the first quarter down here, and I've been a little frustrated with the Warriors for their lack of scoring drives. But I'll tell you, it's got to be tough out there. It's got to be tough out there with the conditions and the wind and the mud and the rain. And you said 3 yards in a cloud of mud. I was going to say 3 yards in a spray of mud. But back to you.
Thank you, Casey. All right, 4th down. The Warriors do appear to be going to go for it. Really rolling the dice. Coach having a lot of confidence in this offensive line here. He just flat saying, you guys can do it. Hand off to Jansen. He's hitting the backfield. It's going to be very close.
Real close. The far official's giving us a great spot, it looks like.
Yeah, I like the guy on the east side. His spot's a lot better than this near side guy here. And they're going to call for a measurement at this point.
Yeah. As much as they don't want to, they're going to measure
As
it.
much as they don't want to. They're taking another look at it here. Here's the handoff to Jansen. He is hit, and as Jansen always does, falls forward. Here's the measurement. Oh, boy, is it going to be close. Unless they maybe are putting a few more links in the chain back there. Oh, they can't find a spot to mark it because they can't find the yard line to put it on. They're going to literally have to guess on the 25 where to find it so they can mark the spot to measure from.
Yeah, the 30 or the 25-yard line is gone in the mud there. So
Officials, he went clear to the sideline. He came running straight back out, so they're going to mark it where he put his toe. That's where they'll measure from. That's going to hurt us on the other end now.
I think we're all right.
Oh, boy! Oh, my. All right. A big, nice camera work. Jay and Danny, they were ham-and-egging it just great there.
About half a football.
Half a football. I think it was 40% of a football.
Okay.
That'll give the Warriors a first down on the 34, and that may be what makes the final nail in the coffin here. First and 10 now from the 34. Trinity fighting to the bitter end. Jansen again with the carry. As he so often has done, actually ends up with his back upfield just pushing people backwards.
Yeah, moving the pile and keeping those legs moving.
3-yard gain. Robson comes in with the play as Jones comes out. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast all year on MCTV Channel 20. Continue to watch on Saturdays and Wednesdays. We'll be with the Warriors as long as they advance in the playoff. Nice job by Heidelberg. Pulled the ball back out of Jansen's stomach, and he gets a big gainer down into Celtic territory.
Yeah. And Robson was down here working his player real well. And, boy, the Celtics are quick to the ball, even when they got beat. I mean,
Jeremiah, I thought I saw it in live action. I watched the replay, and again, you literally, Jansen clamped down on the ball so much that when Heidelberg pulled it out of his gut, it kind of popped away. Fooled everybody, including Jansen, I think, but nice game by Heidelberg.
yeah, picks up an important first down here with 2 minutes left, 2:06 left in the quarter. And it's going to give us an opportunity to really wear through this clock here.
Coach Kraft, Coach Smith, Coach Meyer, Coach Teroff, all down there working with players, talking to players, working on this game plan as the Warriors try to get this bi-district championship put away here. Minute 48 to go, 10-0 score, Warriors up. Just need to hang on to the ball. And off to Jansen. Jansen gets a nice run. He's going to get a 5-yard carry. And I think the moisture is picking up again. Casey can tell us for sure, but it certainly looks like it's raining harder once again.
He's trying.
He is.
I am trying.
There.
Boys, you have no idea what it's like down here. I'm actually quite warm and comfortable, but it is raining. It's blowing. It's northwest wind. I'd say it's blowing 25, 30 miles an hour.
Bringing back fond memories of that trip to Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
2nd and 5, Jansen with a carry. Jansen picks up 3.
Actually, what it reminds me of, this is exactly like the night you asked Jay Smith. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
we got you again now.
It's like the night we played Douglas 35 years ago in the second round of the playoffs, and from what I've heard, we may get a rematch.
Tampa State Bank timeout, and during this timeout, the Kansas State High School Activity Association, MCTV, and Marion High School remind you Be loud, be proud, be positive. The Kansas State High School Activities Association supports and encourages spectators to enjoy the competition between our student athletes and cheer for their teams in a positive manner. Negative comments and behavior will be addressed by the appropriate site personnel. Spectators should be loud, be proud, be positive towards all players, coaches, officials, and spectators. Thank you for your support. Enjoy all of your Marion High School playoff games.
I actually talked to the quarterback of that team from 35 years ago today, and he brought up the same game.
Who is that?
Doug Heary.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, third and a good solid 2 now. Under a minute to go. All the running backs want to bust one more. Heidelberg going to roll this direction and keep. He's going to be real close. I think he's just short of the first down. Going to be a Tampa State Bank timeout. Well, Roger Hanover just called the first down. I'm not sure about that. There's a timeout called by that was the final timeout that Hutch Trinity could call. I think Roger got confused
I think
between
he saw the call for the
timeout call, yeah.
Guys, I got an update. Sedgwick 20, Douglas 14, just starting the fourth quarter.
Okay,
So
we're just, I'm saying that. Well, I guess, Danny, did you hear that? And 20-14 Sedgwick starting the fourth quarter. In case you wonder why we keep giving you that score, that's because the winner of that game will be next up for the Warriors.
Warriors are fired up down here, guys. they're in their huddle, and they're fired up. And we're going to do interviews, by God. The rain and the snow and the sleet and the wind's not going to stop us from that.
What about hail?
Hail, nope. We'll take the hail.
Dead of night?
The Sharknado is about the only thing that'll stop me.
Sharknado. If we have a Sharknado, I'm taking cover. You're on your own.
We have a Sharknado. I'm out of here.
45 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Fourth down and inches.
The beautiful thing, in my opinion, is that this game has this weather tonight when Casey can be out in it, and Saturday, the weather, all the forecasts look like it's going to be really nice.
Yeah.
So, well, if we're on the road, we will be on the road, either to Sedgwick or Douglas. So we know that you'll be watching. There's a timeout called by Marion now, a Marion Tampa State Bank timeout. We know you'll be seeing this on Sunday night, so that Saturday game will have already been played. But assuming the Warriors are able to prevail there, we'll have it on Wednesday. We have a 72-hour delay requirement that the Activities Association makes us use. We pay $50 a game to be able to do it. If we wanted to be able to do it with a shorter delay, each day costs you quite a bit. So if we were going to do it like just a one-day delay or something under 24 hours, it gets up to like $1,000. So we'll be doing the 72-hour delay.
If you'd like to see it sooner, they always take more sponsors.
We could take more sponsors, or you could get in. You could go to it. Just keep. Fourth and very, very short. Heidelberg from the pistol. Oh, it's going to be fourth and about 6.
Too much excitement.
We've got somebody running across the field up here on the.
I think that's
far end. Oh, that one
I think
there.
that's the Hutch Trinity offensive coordinator.
Oh, he came down out of the press
Yeah.
box, and okay.
Sometimes the home fans leave early. Sometimes the away
Sometimes the
fans leave early.
coaches
But when the coach leaves early, that's never a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Not a morale booster.
Well, this is over. Well, the funny thing is that, they're all going to come back over to this side. All he did was run over there so he could run back here in the rain. All right, 4th and 6 now. Undoubtedly will necessitate a different play for the Warriors. They've got both slot backs over here on this side. Get Cruz in the fullback position. Cruz gets the carry. Oh, boy, he had a head of speed at steam, and then he was met hard and dropped after about a yard gain.
Yeah. He got a few yards, but it's going to turnover on downs to Hutch Trinity. They're going to have 40 seconds, 40.9 seconds to pick up 10 points.
Not impossible, but I like our chances.
Definitely improbable.
Yeah, very improbable.
Be a great time for a defensive turnover here, recover and run it into the end zone.
Yeah, nothing else. That makes it look like a bigger victory in the paper, you know.
Nope.
I mean, I'm not above that.
Yeah, a little icing on the cake.
I'm all over the style points. You'd expect them to put it in the air, and that's what they – that's a screenplay. Open down the middle of the field. Robson slows him down and eventually brings him down. Nick Meyer missed his opportunity for an interception. He's the guy on the screenplay.
He's going to be ready for it this time.
Gets the ball down to the Warrior 41. 32 seconds to go. Trinity has no timeouts. They're going to spike the ball. The Crack Warrior Danny Cam crew is mentioning that he actually put his knee down before he spiked it. So here, take another look. Let's see if we can get a look at that. You going to show it? All right. Well, it's too late now. We're back to live action.
The formation we saw earlier.
Oh, the quarterback, boy, his blocking just collapsed.
That's going to be the game. The clock's going to run out on him, I think. Oh, we're going to get another playoff here.
Rush Snelling onto the field. The Warriors need somebody to come off. Coach Smith is screaming. Snelling gets off himself, going to pop it out here. And Cruz and Lumen were just waiting for him to catch the ball so they could smack him.
I'm not sure what the goal of that play was, but
the Warriors win 10-0, and it's a very dejected Hutch Trinity crew. So the Warriors win the bye district. If you'll stay with us, now our fourth quarter sponsors were Carlson's Grocery, Hannaford Abstract, Hillsboro Free Press. Casey Case will round up some Warriors for post-game interviews. We'll make those real quick because I think everybody wants to get in the locker room and celebrate.
Woohoo!
Casey's celebrating right now.
Woohoo!
That will be Casey will do the St. Luke Hospital fourth quarter report from the field. We will be on the road with the Warriors next week. We hope to bring back a victory on Saturday, and if we do, we will have a chance of having a home game for the Warriors.
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but Todd's going to present the
they already did.
What is this? The regional champion.
Now we're by-district champions.
Here we are. Some kind of fun right here, boys. Some kind of fun.
Something these guys have worked hard for this season. Well earned.
See the whole team down there getting the photo shoot, and you can hear the enthusiasm both from the crowd and the players. Okay, you can see Casey down there trying to wrangle them around.
I think some of those guys, I don't think
fine.
we're going to get any of them.
Hey guys, no interviews tonight. Coach Kiroff says we got school tomorrow.
Well, that's a good point.
That is a good point. I really wasn't looking too forward to it. I'm going to go in the locker room, hear what Coach has to say. But here's my challenge out to you, to Warrior fans. My son Will and I had a disagreement on this. 1978, Marion Warriors went to the second round of the playoffs. 1994, Marion Warriors went all the way to the state championship. I don't think another team has gone past the first round of the playoffs since then. Will says I'm wrong. He says Stephen Boone's senior year, they went to the second round, got beat by Heston. I don't remember it that way. So this is either the third time in history that the Marion Warriors have gone past the first round of the playoffs, or it's the fourth time. If you're out there and you were on that team that went in whenever it was, call and let us know. That's all I have.
And I got Casey and I had that discussion, and I actually agreed with Casey on that. But we both admitted that Will's a lot younger than we are, and his memory might be better. Well, Jeremiah, final thoughts on the big by-district victory here tonight?
Well, Mike, it was terrible conditions to play football in, but we made the best of it. We picked up those 10 points early in the game, which proved to be essential to winning this game. And the defense fought hard the rest of the way and maintained that lead. So a good victory for the Warriors, and we're going to be looking forward to playing on Saturday when it's a little bit drier. Looking forward to a better conditions next Saturday.
Well, for Casey Case down on the field in the muck and the mire, for Danny Maddox and Jay Smith, our crack ace camera guys, for Gene Winkler, our director, for Jeremiah Lang, my associate here tonight, this is Mike Powers saying good night, Mr. and Mrs.